I was gonna. This wasn't. There's no jokes in this. This is all straight stuff. Rhonda Robinson, 26 years of service. She started with us back when we were the Upper Shore Private Industry Council, probably in the upper part of the Caroline Center in the bunker, offices with no windows. College closed one day. We didn't know it because before we had email, but we all started out up there. She left us, Rhonda left us, and went to work for the college in what was called the Student Services Division. I don't really know much about that period of time because it was a secret and she went to the college. But Rhonda came back to us when we were the Upper Shore Workforce Investment Board, as we are now. And we're really interested in numbers. We're federally funded, federal grants. Everything we do has to be we have to have numbers. And I'm guessing, based on some estimates and some numbers we looked at, that in Rhonda's time with us, more than 9,300 people have enrolled in training or found a job because of her efforts. And that's the day-to-day work, but I want to highlight two specific projects that Rhonda was instrumental in ensuring the success. The first project I want to talk about is the closing of the Black & Decker plant in Easton. If you weren't familiar with when that closed, 1,276 people lost their job in that closing. Rhonda was the training coordinator for those 1,276 people. She was responsible for funneling the workers into job search, classroom training, and paid internships. That project overwhelmed our office. We were in no way prepared to deal with that, and really in no way prepared to deal with that amount of work. But with what Rhonda did, we were able to be quite successful, and I want to point out her work in that project because it was really, I can't think of a better word than a cattle call. Everything was on steroids. When we worked at other closings, we would have 10 people show up for a seminar. This one, we would have 100. So everything was just jumped to a level that we weren't used to. That overwhelmed us, it overwhelmed our office, it overwhelmed our resources, but it didn't overwhelm Rhonda. Another project that I want to highlight was a project called Accelerating Connections to Employment. This project involved 9 workforce areas in 5 states. In that project, we served 28 people, which is pretty small. But that gave Rhonda an opportunity to work really closely with the people. And again, tremendously successful. We owe the success of that project and our end of it to what Rhonda did. So whether it was big or whether it was small, Rhonda stepped up, and a lot of people have a job, kept a job, and earned a paycheck because of what Rhonda did. So I'm sure in the 26 years that Rhonda's worked with us and worked for the college, I haven't said thank you enough. And on behalf of me, the WIB board itself, the WIB staff, and I'm going to round up 10,000 people you helped get a job, keep a job, and earn a paycheck. I want to thank you.
First of all, I want to thank Dan, Melissa. We were the original trio. We were the Three Musketeers. And when I first came to this college back in 1991, my first job here was part-time. I gave out things called floppy disks. Do you know what they are? Because I know half of you weren't even born when I came here. So that was my first job. I did that part-time. And then when I decided to go to JTPA, I had no clue what it was, but the letter sounded fine. So I said, okay, fine, I'll do it. what people don't understand about us Wibbers is that we get a kick out of helping people. We feel like if we present something and they accept it and they trust us enough to help them succeed, then we've done our jobs. And we do it together as a team. We work as a family. People say, well, where's your husband? Where's your son? They're working because I want my money. Okay? So they're not allowed to be here today. But the Wibbers are here, and they're my family. And the next thing I want to do, I want to leave all of you with a thought. You represent a community. In fact, 5 communities. You're not here just, to come in, do a little work.